Jai Hind everyone. Today I am going to discuss a complex topic of design and analysis of algorithm. Basically, this is the topic is designing of algorithm. As you aware that the name of the subject is design and analysis of algorithm. So, tip of this subject is basically whatever computational problem is there, what we have to do firstly calculate or find out that computational problem, find out their variables, then accordingly what kind of algorithm is required to solve that computational problem. So designing of algorithm is there, and we can design lot of algorithm for one approach. Like sorting, if you will see, number of algorithms are available for sorting, but every algorithm having some specific application, means the kind of problem they solve, that is especially specific, and their complexity will be much better for such kind of problem. So designing of algorithm is basically means we have different techniques for designing the algorithm, and every technique has some common structure. If you are talking about divide and conquer, basically if you are talking about divide and conquer approach basically divide every problems into different sub problems, then basically combine it, means conquer it, means solve every sub problem and generate new particular set of solutions, and then again combine the complete solution to find out the final solution. So divide and conquer approach is one approach through which we can generate a lot of algorithms, means like merge sort, heap sort, and you will see that quick sort. These all are divide and conquer algorithm. So whenever we are talking about designing algorithm, basically what we have to do, we have to target a approach, a particular structure of algorithm, and we we generate the kind of algorithm on the basis of the structure of the problem. So that is basically designing of algorithm. So here one particular basic problem and one basic approach, that is called divide and conquer algorithm, we will discuss here, and in that we will take the example of merge sort. We may discuss lot of algorithms, like you may take any algorithm of dynamic programming, and you will find that there is a common structure for dynamic programming algorithm, and we will apply some particular computational problem which is matched with that dynamic programming algorithm, and we take one algorithm and we just convert that algorithm in the format of that basically dynamic programming approach. So that is basically called designing of algorithm, and it is very important because this subject is completely discuss the algorithms part, how you can design the algorithm, how you can analyze the algorithm, because for the same problem number of algorithms are available. So it's our responsibility to find out the suitable algorithm through which we can solve the problem efficiently, finding the solution efficiently for the specific problems. So if we're talking the divide and conquer approach, you will see that the divide and conquer paradigm involves three steps. The first is what? Divide the problem into a number of sub problems that are smaller instances of the same problem. So the first process is what? Whatever problem is given in the larger set, you have to divide it into different set, then again different set. So it is a recursive kind of problem, and till last it is one divided into smaller one unit problems. So that is the division process, and it will take some particular complexity. If you're talking about conquer the sub problems, then conquer means the sub problem by solving them recursively, because when we are getting one unit at last and we have to sorted this element, because we are talking about sorting. So if we are going to sort these elements, then definitely what we have to do, we require that we have to combine the particular solution by using that sorting algorithm. So if two elements are there, whatever approach is given in the problem, we have to apply that approach to sorting out these two elements, and we are getting a sorted element set of two elements. So that is basically conquer. And after that, combine the solution to the sub problem into the solution for the original problem. So at last we can try to find the final solution of the problem. So these three particular steps are involved in divide and conquer algorithm. Whatever algorithm is like that, like Strasson's matrix algorithm, like binary search. So number of problems are there where we can apply these kind of algorithms, these kind of approach, that is divide and conquer. So everywhere these steps has been followed, that divide the problem, then conquer the sub problem solutions, then combine the final solution. Now we will discuss this particular problem in the case of merge sort. If you're talking about merge sort, basically merge sort algorithm is basically divide and conquer approach, follows divide and conquer approach to solve the problems. So there are three particular steps. So that divide the n element sequence to be sorted into two subsequences of n equals to 2 elements each. And then finally, when 2 elements are there, we will just take these 2 elements and making it at sorted by using different procedures. Then conquer sort the two subsequences recursively using merge sort. Then apply merge sort to sort the elements. Then merge the two sorted sequence to pursue the sorted answer. So these three steps is involved in merge sort. So let we see the details of these problems. The key operation of the merge sort is what? Is the merging of two sorted sequence in the combined split. So for that purpose, that merge algorithm is used. So very interesting problem is merge sort is there, because when we are going to divide the merge sort problem, it calls different recursive procedures. Even merge sort is even number of times calls in merge sort main procedure. Then finally we have to reach to merge, because merge is the procedure where we can apply the sorting procedure to sort the different elements. So that is very important procedure, that is auxiliary procedure, merge, and their arguments are that array, resulting array, and p is initial index of that particular element set. Means might be you will take the initial element, last element, or some set of n by 2 elements. So lot of procedures are there, because when you are dividing the element, then it is divided into 1 unit elements at that time, and then you combine, then it will reach at n by 2 elements, and then after that it will just stores in final array to generate the sorted sequence. So p and q and r are indices into the array such that p is less or equals to q and q is less than r. So finally q is some intermediate step, some intermediate point where we have to divide, because we are applying divide and conquer algorithm. So we need some middle element where we have to divide the whole particular array into two parts. The procedure assumes that sub arrays a p to q, because q is the center point. So the array is divided into two parts, a1 p to q and a2 q plus 1 to r. So that is the basically division of this array. Okay. Now what we have to do, because the division only contains the elements that is unsorted, then what we have to do? It merges them to a form single sorted array. Whatever strength is there, suppose n elements are here, n elements are here, n by 2 are here, n by 2 are here. Then the merge procedure is what to do? He take these two particular arrays and same time generate a final array that would contains n by 2 plus n by 2, that is n elements space is there, and for both the array applying merge procedure to shorten the sequence, and this particular array is filled by step according to their sorted sequence. Means whatever elements has been taken in these two arrays, because this array is already sorted, because merge procedure is applied and we will get that n by 2 elements. This array is already sorted. When we combine these two arrays, we will get the final answer. So the merge procedure will take time theta n, because loops are there, because every time whatever number of elements is given, that basically n by 2 element is processed here and n by 2 elements is processed here. If you combine these two and every particular comparison goes one time, so it will take theta n time, and that is basically the procedure merge is involved. But after that, when we are combining these two into one array, it will just accommodate some more cost. So that's why the complexity of merge sort is in terms of recurrence is defined, not in terms of directly. We can use some recurrence, and by using that recurrence, we can define the complexity of merge sort. Now we will come to the algorithm. So this is the algorithm, simple. So what are parameters are required merge sort algorithm? The capital A is the given array, P is the initial index, R is the last index. Okay, so that is basically initial merge sort argument is there. The important thing, P is initial index and R is last index, whatever number of elements are there. Then if P is less than R, that is only indicated that whatever index are there, at least one element is not there, because if P is less than R, definitely it is 1, it is 2. If P is equals to R, definitely one element is there. So there is no need for sorting. That's why this condition is given. So it is required that at least 2 elements are there. If 2 elements are there, then it works. Otherwise, 2 or greater than 2. But it is less than 2, it does not work because one element is there, then there is no need for sorting. So if P less than R, then it finds Q. And what is the Q? Q is floor value P plus R by 2 basically. Important point, P plus R by 2 floor value. Why it is taken? Because every time when you are going to divide the array and the number of elements are odd, then what you have to do, your division must have the left sub array is one more element than right sub array, because when you are going to process sequentially, you have to process the left sub array initially. So larger set of element will be addressed by the left sub array. So that is very important. That's why this floor value is given. Then again, because you are taking Q, Q will decide the division of arrays. So 2 arrays, it divides into 2 arrays and their limit will be APQ, means the first array is having element from P to Q and the second array is having Q plus 1 to R. Again you will check, because when you are moving here, again this particular procedure is called. Okay, so here you will see P and R is the range, here PQ is the range, either Q plus 1 comma R is the range. Okay, then again this merge sort is called, because after this line this is there. So again it will check P less than Q or not. If P less than Q, definitely some new particular variable is taken, and this merge sort is working till that all the element are divided into single elements. Then only we can call merge procedure, because when you are applying this merge sort, but obviously when merge sort is there, definitely merge sort AQ plus 1 comma R is there, then merge procedure is called. What is the purpose of merge procedure? The merge procedure is the key procedure for this particular algorithm. Why? Because merge is only involves to sort the elements, mean the basic procedure, the basic element, the basic fundamental point is given by the merge, and merge is only the procedure through which we can sort the element. Then what he has do? Suppose 2 elements are there. I am taking one example. Suppose we have divided and there are 2 elements, 1 and 2 are there, or 1 and 4 are there, or 4 comma 1 are there. There are 2 elements. So merge A, P, Q, R. P is 1, R is 2. What is the value of Q? 1 plus 2 by 2, that is, and floor value. So that is basically 1. Okay. So Q is 1. So it is divided into 1, 1 and 1, 2 basically. So 2 elements are there. So what we have to do? N1 equals to 1, N2 equals to 1. Create array, that is left sub array is having N1 plus 1 values, that is 1 and infinite, and right sub array is having 4 and infinite and 1 and infinite. Simple. So that 2 elements are there, 4 and infinite and 1 and infinite. Okay. Then what do you have to do? For I equals to 1 to N1, do Li. This array is created and then element is assigned to this array. So I have done this part also. The 4th line, the L sub array is filled by this 4th, 5th, 6th line, 4th, 5th line. Then 6th and 7th line will be fulfilled by the right sub array. Then because N1 and N2 is the element set, definitely the second part, the last particular part is vacant. What we have to do? We have to put infinite over there. Okay. Then again we have to start I equals to 1, j equals to 1. Why? Because we have need 2 index because 2 subarray are there, and when element is setted, then definitely we have to move here. Suppose we have taken these 2 elements, only for 2 elements I am talking about that. So one is 4 and infinite, second is 1 and infinite, this would be I, this would be j. So the first position is then. For k equals to p2r, because 2 elements are there, so loop is only moving for 2 elements, because till the time when these 2 elements are processed, definitely we are getting the final array. So the resulting array will be of length 2, because only 2 elements are there. We will start for k equals to p2r. So k equals to 1, suppose you have to take 1. Okay. Do if Li is less than Rj. What is the value of Li? 4. What is the value of Rj? 1. If 4 is less or equals to 1, definitely the value is moved to this movement, means whatever value is having less value, that will be moved to final sorted array. But here you will see that the condition is false, then definitely the value of this will be moved here and the index of j will be increasing. Else part is executed. Okay. Again for k equals to second element, k equals to 2, you have to compare 4 with infinite. You will get that 4 is less than infinite, so 4 is here, and now this procedure is ended. And you will see that every particular line of algorithm is only taking the n number of iterations, whatever number of elements is effectively given, because that infinite is only associated for settling out the last element. If you're talking about the numerical, this numerical is given basically. The element set is 2, 4, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 6. That is total n equals to 8. 8 elements are there. If you find the q equals to 8 plus 1 upon 2, 9 by 2. So 4 is there. So we will divide basically merge sort. If we trying out merge sort a 1, 4 and merge sort a 5, 8. Now we will take a 1, 4. This 1, 4 is already sorted. So I'm going to discuss the last iteration, because the final merge procedure we will do, because 2 elements we also do. So 4 elements are here already sorted. 4 elements is here already sorted. So according to algorithm, we have to find out the value of n1 and value of n2. So p equals to basically 1, q equals to 4, r equals to 9. Accordingly, n1 and n2 are 4. And we have to design Li equals to n1 plus 1 and n2 plus 1. Then we have to just insert those elements by using line 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 2, 4, 5, 7, that is already sorted. 1 infinite is associated. 1, 2, 3, 6 is associated. I and j is given. Okay. Now what we have to do? We have to generate an array in which we have to replace the element, because 8 elements array is there. We have to replace the element, sorted element, and we will get the final answer. Now you have to compare 2 and 1. Definitely 1 is less. 1 is putting over there and the j is moved, because right subarray will be moved this particular value. So value of j is moved. Okay, again you have to compare 2 and 2. You will see that the condition is given because it is stable sorting. So if the value of left subarray and right subarray is equal, definitely we have to prefer the value of left subarray. So 2 and 2 equal, we will move this 2 over this place, and we are getting the particular index. 2 is freezed and I is increased. Again we have to compare 4 and 2. So 2 is placed. If you are talking about next particular value, if compare 4 and 6, 4 and 3, definitely 3 will be placed. Same way, we have to compare 4 and 6, 4 will be placed, I will be increasing. So accordingly, all the particular values are increasing, and when the complete iteration is performed, at that time we will get the sorted array in which all the elements are sorted in sorted sequence in given the output, and that is our purpose. So important thing is what? How the divide and conquer algorithm is expanded for a given problem. we can take some another problem for that also. Okay, and we will try to implement step by step so that we will understand how a particular algorithm is designed by a given approach. So that is basic learning in this particular topic. So important thing, why this topic name is designing of algorithm, because we have to design the algorithm on the basis of given platform. Like divide and conquer is a basic approach. We can design any of algorithm in the form of divide and conquer. We will use that basic structure of divide and conquer approach, and we will implement that algorithm which is needed for computationally compute some problem. So definitely what we have to do, we have to just design that algorithm, check their flows, whatever divide cost is there, whatever conquer cost is there, whatever combine cost is there, we have to just combine all the things, then we will get the final solution. Now that is the final array, okay, where all the elements are sorted by using this merge procedure. One another example, how this particular divide and conquer is applied here. So we will take this example, we have taken this example. You will see that firstly divide each element in this form. So this is only division process and it will take one time. There is not much more. By division, because two elements is divided, so that is directly divided, and one line, one execution is more than enough to execute this. But after that, when two elements is taken, okay, definitely here the cost of combining and sorting the array will be increasing, and it is recursive. It is not direct, you cannot decide, because it depends upon the number of elements, the particular values given in that element, how many iteration maximum you will perform. So if you will see the whole procedure, you will see that the complexity of divide and conquer algorithm analysis of merge sort, the divide will take theta 1 time. You will see here the conquer will take 2tn by 2 time, because elements are separately given. You have to apply merge procedure, then combine it, and you will get some larger set of particular array. So that will take 2tn by 2 times, and cn equals to theta n. When you combine or and applying merge procedure, it will take theta n time. So if you will see all, so what is the recurrence for the worst case running time for merge sort? There is a constant if number of elements equals to 1, because there is no need for comparison or comparing the element. But if the elements are greater than 1, definitely you will need this recurrence, okay, to finding out the complexity of merge sort. So that is given by the base complexity. Basically it is theta n, because merge procedure will take theta n time. So it is theta n. When theta will be replaced by this constant, we will write cn, and if we apply here the basic master method, here a equals to 2, b equals to 2 n to the power log a base b equals to n to the power log 2 base 2, that is n, and this function is also fn is also n. So you will see that n to the power log a base b is equals to fn. So the complexity of this algorithm is theta n to the power log a base b log n, and that is equals to theta n log n. So the complexity of merge sort is theta n log n by applying this. So you cannot calculate the complexity of merge sort directly. What do you have to do? You have some recurrence and you have to apply some performance measurement, means substitution method, recursion tree. You will apply any of that for finding out the complexity of this merge sort. So designing of algorithm is what basically we have to take some approach, some general concept like dynamic programming technique, greedy algorithms, okay, branch and bound, and randomized kind of algorithm. So a lot of approaches are there. What we have to do, we have to find out the particular problem which is related to that optimized algorithm or any other kind of particular technique. Then there is a framework of that technique and we will just generate an algorithm that follow all the step of that approach, and we will able to design the algorithm by using these kind of approach. So this is this is complete for me today. Next time we will discuss some particular another topic for other lecture.